Hello ladies and gents, this is your friendly Corrupt Anxiety speaking, bringing you my first YouTube video. I'm going to start off with my favorite video game, and that is Dark Souls. I'm in the character name creation right now, and I'm going to name it some really ugly, uh, Keith. Keith is a terrible name. Alright, class. This is a very old game, so many people know all the nicks and crannies and all the classes and everything, but for those of you that are just interested, I'll go over them very meekly. Warrior, fearless warrior, weapon expert, high strength, dexterity, knight, low ranking knight, high HP, solid armor, not easily toppled, all that good stuff. Wanderer, high dexterity. Thief, my favorite class, which also has high dexterity with a dagger that boosts critical attacks. Bandit, high strength, battle axe. Hunter, bow wielding. Sorcerer, pyromancer, cast fire spells. Cleric, uses miracles. And then Deprived, which is just absolutely sexy, so we're gonna pick that. For more enjoyment, I am going to pick a harder route, and I'm not going to use the Master Key. The Master Key lets you pretty much open up any basic lock. So I'm gonna pick the Pendant. Body, face, we're going to go with the sexiest one here, which will be go Bob. Red's my favorite color, so we're looking pretty good. Let's start the game with this character.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity.
Excuse me as I mess around with the audio.
And cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights.
This game doesn't have a whole lot of cinematics, but
So
very good whenever they do them. This game is also pretty underrated whenever it first came out. I guess that was because of the time when Skyrim came out.
challenge the dragons.
Don't worry, Dark Souls has dragons too.
Gwyn's mighty bullets peeled apart their stone skins. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark sign.
Fun fact, for those of you who know what the dark sign is, I've actually never used it. So maybe this playthrough I'll use it for shits and giggles. Alright, here we go.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world.
Oh, there's Keith.
This is your fate.
Alright. Now on to more business. Straight sword hilt, because we are real men here and we use our fists. And Selkie. And these messages on the ground, they just pretty much explain how to control your character. Shit out of these guys. I haven't really decided where I'm going to be going with this character. Usually I do strength wielding weapons. But I may go out of my comfort zone a little and use some dexterity weapons. A little speak by the bonfire. The bonfire is pretty much your... Well, there isn't much a way to explain it. It's your spawn point. You rest at it, it'll heal you. Whenever you die, you're brought back to the last bonfire. Oh, another little fun fact. Whenever you rest at a bonfire, all the monsters that you killed, they respawn. If you look up there, you'll see that sexy beast right there. Obviously, this is not something that you are meant to fight. Let me go through here. Here's another bonfire. No reason to rest at it. Get your shield. Shield here. Club. Alright. dodge this trap. I'm not very good at faking things. I've been playing this game for a long time. Pretend that I don't know where things are. That would be lame.
Oh, you. You're no hot, thank goodness. I'm done. I'll die soon. Then lose my son. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Sure, why not?
I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringest the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
Estus Flask are basically your potions in the game. There are other ways of healing, but the Estus Flask will be your main component.
And thank you.
And I missed. But yeah, we're gonna put down Oscar because he's rabid. Through here. Another thing, I didn't say this before, but whenever you rest at a bonfire, your Estus Flasks are also replenished. But as my first video, I decided to play this game because obviously it's my favorite, and it'll give me a lot of time to talk about stuff that isn't directly influenced by the game. It's an old game, so a lot of it is understandable. Of course, I'll explain some lore as we go, and I'll explain some other aspects. But I guess I'll go and direct the question of where my channel would be going. For my channel, I've thought about it and what I wanted to do against other YouTubers at what they do. And I decided that I just basically want to do the key components of Let's Plays and some competitive play. I'm very competitive when it comes to Dark Souls. I'm sure many people have seen me around in the Berg mostly. I do a lot of PvP, I love it. I have a bunch of different builds, a bunch of different characters. I actually had to delete one to be able to make this account. Another thing, my Dark Souls Let's Plays will be, of course, not so hilarious as my other Let's Plays, like, so say, Saints Row 4, which will be uploaded soon. So, there's that.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated, one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land.
So Keith is obviously just warrior here. He's being taken away because he's the chosen undead, and basically what the chosen undead is the one to break through the asylum, which we just did, and more or less he cannot die. Well, he or she. What better way, what better punishment, what better annoyance is there to send a guy at you that does not die and keeps on coming back? Sounds like quite the annoyance. Here we are, Firelink Shrine. I didn't really talk about this yet, but as you notice that Keith is a lot uglier than I made him. This is the undead state. You can see the hole in my chest, or what would be a hole in my chest. What we're going to do here is we're going to reverse hollowing, which will make us human, so you can see Keith in all of his glory. Just look at that smile. He is one happy guy. Not gonna level up yet. Gonna go over here, grab some humanity. We'll talk to him in a second. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to be doing a little stalking. Since I decided that I'm going to do something a little bit out of my playstyle, I'm going to go ahead and go get a dexterity weapon called the S-Talk, which is a rapier, and it's right down here. I don't think I'm going to be able to wield it yet, but I'm sure I'll be able to level up to be able to use it. I have an idea of what armor set I'm going to wear, but I'm still kind of iffy on what kind of weapon. I don't want to do what everyone else does and use this Y-hander or use the katana. Nothing wrong with those weapons, they're all good weapons. Sure, per se, and do something different. So there it is, the S-Stock. Yes, we need 12 dexterity. Hopefully we'll be, yeah, I mean every single stat's 11, so we'll just go level up and we will have that. Better way to defend yourself from hordes of zombies and skeletons and soldiers than a plank shield. Alright, back in Firelink Shrine, gonna run up to the bonfire, gonna level up. This is a very slow play because there's some cutscenes at the beginning. There really isn't many cutscenes going on for the rest of the game. Let's put up our dexterity, some vitality, some endurance. Quick explanation, vitality is your health. Attunement is the slots you see all the way in the right corner. It's the attunement slots where you would put your sorceries, pyromancies, miracles. Endurance is your stamina bar and your equipment load. Can't really explain equipment load yet, but the more you have, the harder it is to move. I mean, yeah, the more equipment you have on. Strength, obviously what that is. Dexterity is pretty much damage for your right-handed weapon, left-handed weapon. Resistance, no one levels that up, but it pretty much puts up your mostly poison resistance. But if not, that's all it does. Intelligence is for sorceries, and faith is for miracles. We will probably not be touching those things. This is raw power. Alright, go straight up here, and we have some soldiers to deal with. Different ways to attack. You have your RB, which is a light attack, takes the least amount of stamina. You have your RT, which is a strong attack. You have jump attacks. You have roll attacks. And you have the backstab attacks. By firebomb. You have your parries, your riposte, all that good stuff. Have backstabs after I get hit by another firebomb. Stab, obviously. And then there is another little aspect of dual wielding a weapon to deal more damage. And in most aspects, it will even change how you attack. Souls, they're just consumables that put up your soul count. feel like I'm explaining far too much, but yeah, no. Probably gonna cut this first episode pretty soon. Get started on my Saints Row Let's Play, which will be far more enjoyable. At least I hope so, because I have an idea of how I want my character to look. And also, I have not played Saints Row 4. I've played a little bit, but not much, so it'll be more of a more consumable Let's Play. Here we have a beautiful dragon. Pretty cute. In the back by a crossbow bolt. There is a shield right here, but we're not going to equip it because we're going to keep our plank shield. Looks like just a wooden shield. No reason why we're keeping the plank shield. Ideas for this playthrough is I'm not going to be doing a lot of the easy routes. Like I'm not going to have the master key to get through Blighttown easily. I'm going to be doing some more annoying things. Like I probably won't even do any summons. Maybe I'll do like one just to show what it is. We're gonna put on this waist cloth. Go down here to the Undead Merchant.
Well now, you seem to have your wit. Then you are a welcome. I trade for soul.
Gotta love that laugh. Kills with Fairy Powder, self-explanatory, throwing knives, fire bombs, Lloyd's talismans, which are used for PvP. Well, I mean, I guess you could use it in the very beginning, but not many enemies tend to heal with Estus. Then we have an orange Guidance Soapstone. I'll just buy that just cause. A Residence Key, buy that. And some chain armor.
Thank you.
Doing that. This, which was totally planned, not at all. And I'll show you a little aspect of what I was talking about earlier of the bonfire respawning enemies, because they're right up here. Another thing, I am going to be playing this playthrough pretty much alive through the entire thing. And for those of you who don't know, whenever you are alive, you can become invaded by other players. And as you can see, this soldier that I did kill is now back. Here we have a summon sign, which is what you place down to be summoned by another player to help fight a boss. I don't really know why there are summon signs here. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't have an explanation. Yep. Another tidbit here. I get staggered by every single hit. Because I only have 7 poise, if you saw in the top right corner. I'll pull that up again. Poise is basically, the more you have, the harder it is for you to get staggered. That's just... Got some black fire bombs. Another thing, I apologize for the audio on this. This is kind of a last minute audio choice. I really wanted to put out a video to kind of understand how my PVR works and stuff like that. So, I will get a new audio choice. And as I go into it, hopefully I will not be so awkward and be more exciting. But I'm more excited for my Saints Row Let's Play. I just really wanted to do Dark Souls at the same time because, well, it's my favorite game. And I'm very, very excited for Dark Souls 2. It's actually the only reason why I am not getting a next-gen console. Because it does not come to any of the next-gen consoles. Get hit a lot. Alright. Now go around here, we're going to go say hello to the friendly Black Knight. Oh, that's what I was worried about. Oh, there it is again. Oh. Well, that's my fault. Also doesn't help that I have 7 poise. Probably going to be cutting this episode short. It's about to hit that 30-minute mark. So I may actually just run through this very quickly and go show off the first real boss. I'll come back and get my revenge on him later. As for question of the day, I would like to ask my actual Dark Souls friends or people that are actually interested in this. What do you want to see? Do you want to see PvP? Do you want to see challenges? Do you want to see more Let's Plays? Do you want me to not do this ever again? It's really up to the watchers. I really don't mind what I do. I'm gonna have fun with it anyway. And here we have some white fog. So I may be getting invaded. So that's fun. Another firebomb, yay! Use that firebomb just because. Alright. Let's roll up here as quickly as possible. I thought he was going to drop down, but he did not. But these are crystal lizards. They drop items that will upgrade your weapon, or types of weapons, and even some armor. Well, all armor, really, except for red Titanite and blue Titanite. I'm explaining stuff that I shouldn't already. Alright. this fall damage. Gonna buff our weapon with gold pine resin. Earlier. Take note. And there is the first actual boss in the game, the Taurus Demon. Not hard at all, obviously. Plunge attack and a few normal hits. Really done. Oh, how does this work now? It'd be really funny if I died on him because I was saying he was easy. And Taurus Demon is down for the count. And that will end our very first episode of the Dark Souls Let's Play. So, until next time, if people even want to see more of this is the end for Keith.